Have you ever heard what a master franchise is? Are you curious what it entails to be a master franchisee? Today, we're going to go through what a master franchisee is, how you can get a master franchise license, whether that's in the United States or outside the United States. So first off, why would a franchisor want to have a master franchisee, and why might you want to be a master franchisee? As franchisors expand, especially outside their home country or even their home state, they might not have the capability to really give the training, make sure that the brand is being held in a high regard as they can in their own state or their own country. So many franchisors, including big names like Burger King, McDonald's, Popeyes, will create master franchisees and sell master franchisees. So for example, if a franchisor wants to expand in Brazil, instead of expanding it themselves or selling to multiple franchisees and dealing with the supply chain of getting goods to Brazil and managing the brand and everything that's needed by the franchisor to ensure that the franchisees are a success and their consumers are served, they might just have a license with one franchisee for the whole country of Brazil to be the master franchisee for that country. And that master franchisee can own and operate all of the restaurant locations in Brazil for that set franchise, or they can then sub-franchise to smaller single unit operators or operators that want to operate 2, 3, 4 restaurants, but not 100 plus, as the country of Brazil is a big place with over 200 million people. And it wouldn't make sense to award a license to a franchisee in Brazil unless they can really develop that territory. That's why when many franchisors expand abroad, they'll choose to do it through a master franchisee. Now, there's also franchisors that are entering the United States. And I know of one major Colombian coffee franchise that, as part of their strategy entering the US, instead of having franchisees that had 1, 2, 3 locations, they basically had master franchisees for each state in the United States. So you would have the master franchisee and with that, you'd have to open up 10, 20, 30 coffee franchises in a set number of periods. Now, it's going to depend the master franchise relationship, again, between the franchisor and the master franchisee. Royalties might be lower. So if it's a food franchise, that generally royalties are 4%, and there's a lot more work that the master franchisee is going to have to do, including negotiating with suppliers, investing a lot more in the brand, then maybe the royalty is not set at 4%. Also, you could be a master franchisee where a sub-franchisee is paying the master franchisee, someone responsible for the entire state, say of Florida, 2% in royalties, and then also paying the franchisor 2% in royalties. So in essence, the franchisor and the master franchisee are dividing tasks to make sure that that individual location, many times that single unit owner-operated franchisee, is doing a good job, and the master franchisee will support with some training items, and the franchisor might be helping with other facets of the business that aren't so location dependent, such as the technology software, operation manual, etc., where maybe depending on, especially if it's going to be a country and not necessarily a master franchisee for a particular state, the master franchisee might be much more focused on the supply chain issues, marketing, and really supporting the franchisees underneath them to excel their business. So again, recap, a master franchise is an award to license a certain territory to an individual or entity. Now, whether that entity or individual is responsible for operating all of the franchises in that set territory is going to depend. They might be the ones operating, the master franchisee themselves, or they might sub-franchise to other smaller franchisees making it easy for the corporate franchisor office to manage their system with essentially a buffer between them and a business that has that local know-how to excel and grow the franchise.